let's take a look at the grid. The preamble isn't too long this week. There's the grid. Fairly sensible looking grid. Let's have a look at this. Put down your pen, pals. 10 answers cannot be entered into the grid without modification. These answers pair up and are altered in complementary ways. The subject of these modifications, when put in the proper order, will yield an alternative title to the puzzle. So the puzzle is called Pen Pals. This was published in January 2014. It's by David Dickerson. Allow me first go with all the clues. Then when I get stuck, I'll start going. It's not that. No. Dickerson. Dickerson. I did admittedly typo it, start off with and put Dickinson. Not that one. So, never mind. So no pen pals, but penemies. Okay. Which you have to be very careful when you write, of course. Eyes down, look in, get ready for a full house. Here we go. One across. Form of medicine delivery finally taking place imperfectly. Form of medicine delivery finally taking place imperfectly. I note now that we have no answer lengths given, so that means, you know, shenanigans will happen. Form of medicine delivery. Pill, tablet. Finally taking place imperfectly. So is that... I want it to be caplet. I want it to be caplet, because that's an anagram of place, imperfectly. But the final part of taking is really G and not the T. So I'm not quite sure what is going on. So I'm going to put caplet with a question mark. Oh, sorry to hear that, Meredith. It's okay here at the moment, but next week is going to be pretty bad. And I also want it to be caplet because I'm really hoping that we actually have to add a U to that and get Capulet for Juliet, and one of the later answers is going to be a modification of Romeo, because we've got 10 answers that pair up 5 pairs. So, I mean, that would be quite a scoop, me thinking about that on the first one. Are we going to get Montague without thing? I don't know, but anyway, it's a thought. Iranian missile lacking cap. It's been chewed over many times. Iranian missile lacking cap. It's been chewed over many times. Again, I want that to be gum, but I don't think it is. It could be montage, of course. Both of which miss a U, which would be the same form of modification for those. I don't know how we'd fill it in here, because Capulet doesn't fit in there, but Capulet does. But anyway. Iranian missile, ICBM, WMD. This is 2014, so weapons of mass destruction would have been known about. So WMD. Lacking cap, MD. It's been chewed. I want it to be gum because that's something that you chew a lot. Or possibly taffy. But I don't know. Staffy. Gaddafi. Going to move on. Show a bit of emotion with Mr. Vaughan. Show a bit of emotion with Mr. Vaughan. It's Robert Vaughan, wasn't it? I think there was certainly a Robert Vaughan. So, why do you... thank you, it's not Caplet. How do you mute OBS Studio? Why do you need to mute OBS? Just watch me in Twitch. I'm a bit confused. How do you mute OBS Studio? That is a difficult question, because I don't know the answer to that. Show a bit of emotion with Mr. Vaughan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 9 spaces in the grid. But not getting it. 11 across, of which there are 4 spaces in the grid. Foreign ruler is sort of open to be overthrown. Yes, got this one. Okay, I'll give that a few seconds. I do have 11 across. This one I do have. Tell nature to be quiet. That's what it is. You need to tell nature to be quiet. Okay, go for 11 in the chat. If a door... When is a door not a door? When it's a gate or a jar. But if you reverse a jar, you get a Raja, and that is a foreign ruler. So I'm going to put that in there. Literature novelist David Allen Holder takes in a foreign film. Literature novelist? Yeah, nobelist. David Allen Holder takes in a foreign film. So I feel it's got to be a nickname for this person or DAH or something like that. We're going to put A in it and we're going to get a foreign film. We have 7 spaces in the grid. But I don't know who that person is, so knowing their nickname is going to be harder. Let's have a look at 13. Cool. Nice tux, Ed ruined. Cool. Nice tux, Ed ruined. Okay, that's got to be an anagram of nice tux, Ed, surely. 13. Well, there's not enough letters in it, so this will probably be a modified clue. But can we get something unt, E-N-T? So it's got to be cool, which could mean cool as in someone who is popular or in, or it could mean cool as in to reduce the heat of. Nice tux, Ed. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. It's neither of those meanings of the word cool. It's a third meaning. Arch has an idea. A very, very strong and probably correct idea. Go for it in the chat if you think you got 13 across. If you're cool, you're calm and collected. This is sort of the third meaning, in which case you don't show a lot of emotion. You are, as Arch is about to say, unexcited. That's not Arch, but I'll take it. Unexcited. There's Arch. Hooray! Unexcited. We can't put that in here, but we will later. Cutesy Teaspoon short sends via social media. Cutesy Teaspoon short sends via social media. So that's going to be posts or tweets, or what other things do you do on social media? Those are the two things. You usually post or you tweet. I want it to be tweet. Cutesy is twee. Teaspoon must be T. And short must be S, and then sends via social media will be tweets. That one we can immediately put in. Or, if there is a modification to it, of course, it still leaves it the same number of letters. But I'm going to put it in. I assume teaspoon could be T if I could just get a... I thought teaspoon was going to be TS or TSP, but if it could be T as well, that's fine. Not many chasing dog when it's too late to be out. Yep, happy with this 15 across. Not many chasing dog when it's too late to be out. The dog from downstairs is back. I will say that. The dog downstairs is back. All day. I got to meet it yesterday. Didn't strangle it. Never mind. Go for it. Oh, right. Okay. So a T, depending on its capitalisation, could be T or tablespoon. That's confusing. We use a different set of things, of abbreviations. I think we have TSP and TBSP. Which also confuses me. It's all spoons. Irritating spoons. Go for it in the chat. 15 across. Go for it, Caroline. Not many is a few. And a dog is a cur. So put them together. And what have you got? A few cur. Good, thank you. Curfew when it's too late to be out. 17 across, 4 spaces in the grid. Keep Topsy's creator under discussion. I don't know who Topsy's creator is. So I'm going to just move on. A keep is probably a fort, so it could be fort, F-O-R-T, and Topsy's creator could be fort, F-A-U-G-H-T, or something like that, but I don't know. So I'm just going to move on. 18 across. Desmond, fed up with Perrot's impurities. Desmond, fed up with Perrot's impurity. Desmond, probably Des? Fed could be eat. 8 even. Up could be backwards, even though it's not a down clue. With Perrot's impurities. It's not a hidden that I can see, but well done for me for thinking of it. Waterfall's got it. Art has got 17 with Google. Okay, fair enough. In fact, what is number 17, Arch? Because it's going to be something that sounds like a keep, and it's a person who I haven't heard of, so I'm just happy to be told that one. Can I have a hint, Waterfall, for number 18? Topsy and Tim. Stowe. Okay. So I'll put that in there, and that's looking like that can fit in there. So Des is Des. Desmond is Des. Fed up. Des irritated. Perrot's impurities. Does that mean sort of... Is Perrot meaning... Okay, we've got to think in French. Is that a... Or is there a famous person called Perrot? Perron, yes, I know, but Perrot, I don't know. Fed up. You're fed up. You're bored. Des bored. So impurities is probably the definition. Despoils. Descartes. Is Perrot a famous person? If so, is it like Ed or something? No, it's got to probably get Stew. It's got to end in S. It's got to end in S because impurities is plural. If it is a person, he ran for president. What's his first name, please? Because I will probably need to know that. Ross. Oh, so it's just Dross? Desmond, it's just D. And then Ross. The impurities is the dross, but I don't like that because Desmond is normally Des. Dross can be right. Okay, so we're putting Ross in Des. Lucky man. So there's your Des. Put Ross in, and you get Drosses, and that's impurities. I think impurities. You can say there's the dross. Sort of as a mass noun, those are its impurities, that's its dross. I think you can do that. But it is drosses in this instance. Can I put it in? Yes, I can. 23 across. I hear a room in a convent is put on the market. I hear a room in a convent is put on the market. A room in a convent. So it's just two words that sound like one, put on the market. That may be present tense, that may be past. Room in a convent. A nun box. We've got 76 nun boxes. It's very spacious. Is put on the market. Leased, leases, rented. I don't know this. First letter, please. Waterfall and Caroline. If it's Ed, I'm going for nun box all the way in for this one. S. Well, that's just disappointing. You're sold or sell, put on the market. If you put a horse on the market, you tart it out a bit. You flip it. So Arch thinks C, and then thinks S. Okay, I don't know this one. Second letter, please. So one half of it. So what? That's clever. So one half of it begins with C, one half of it begins with S. Okay, I get. Okay, but S-E. A room, a scene. This is very irritating. Put on the market. Sell. Oh, it's actually a cell. C-E-L-L. So sell. A room in a convent is a nun cell is no better than a nun box. Okay, so it's a sell. To put on the market is to sell, S-E-L-L. But you hear the other room. Yeah, you're right, it does start with S. Yeah, agreed, Arch, agreed. We can't put it in too many letters. Asian ruler's place in a tank he repurposed. Asian ruler's place in a tank he repurposed. Is that an anagram of in a tank or in a tank he? It's going to be, I think so. I think it's going to be something like that. Let's go with, let's add in the he. 25 across. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's a hidden with K-H-E-R. I'm wanting Khan. Because that is an Asian ruler, Khan, Khan. 25 across has only got 4 spaces in it. But an anagram of the rest is Carnatina, Carnanita. So it's got something to do with a Khan. Carnian, but I don't quite know what's going on. Khan's Castle, yeah, I'm not spotting it, but I think it's something to do with the Khan. But I'm going to move on. So sorry, Stephen, and so we're going to move on. Created a piano inside outbuilding. Created a piano inside outbuilding. Yeah, I've got this one. I've got 26 across. 100%. Hundo P. So go for 26 if you've got it. If you haven't got it, don't tell me the answer. Let's agree to not do that. So a piano is AP. P for piano. And an outbuilding is a shed. So you're going to put AP in shed and you get shaped. If you create something, you shape it. So shaped is your definition there, as Meredith is all over. Easy. She says, they say. A type of wool from 3 different states. Oh. So it's going to be 3 different state abbreviations. And it's going to be a type of... Is it merino? ME, Maine, I think. RI, Rhode Island. NO? Northern Ohio. I'm going to go with... Is it merino? And if so, tell me what MERI and NO are. Nah! Oh, it's so close. It's not quite right, but it's so close. Norway. Don't think the US have currently annexed Norway, but there we are. First letter then, please. First letter, please. A. Alpaca? Yeah, there's an alpaca wool, isn't there? So that'll be Alabama, Pennsylvania, and California, I think. Oh, it's turned into a quiz. I like it when that happens. I'll go with alpaca, and you can tell me what the 3 states are. And that's so cheeky. The merino gets so close to the end and falls at the final hurdle there. Arthurian authors, ruler, almost finished in spring month. Something's just fallen on the floor. I don't know what it was. Arthurian authors, ruler, almost finished in spring month. Okay. I mean, I can make Monday out of that. No, I can't. I put done in May, but then managed to anagram done. But it's done needs its last letter removed, so and then I've anagrammed it in my head. So well done. So spring month. I still want the spring month to be May. Is it Morgan Le Fay or something like that? Morgan Le Fay? Or Organlef? Ruler almost finished. Almost finished is left, maybe? Ruler isn't an organ, though. So we've got none box, and I'll go with alpaca, but I'm putting that down. Who is the famous... There's a famous person who a lot of... When you do a quiz question, because Arthurian legend tends to actually be quite varied throughout history, it's evolved. You normally have to say in the question, in such and such Arthurian legend, or like pin it somehow. And I forget who it's normally pinned to. Mallory. Mallory, thank you. And now that's going to be the answer, so that's good. So... all Y? That Mallory is at 1L. Okay. Is that right? I think I'm actually thinking of someone else, but Mallory sounds about right as well. So Lord Ruler almost finished. Lord without the last letter. Put that in May and you get Mallory. There we go. That works for me. 30 across. Bringing up angrier clowns. Bringing up angrier clowns. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. Go for 30 in the chat. Let's go for it. It's an anagram. Clowns is your anagram indicator here. Clowns is a fairly nice anagramming indicator. If you clown around, you mess about, that's an anagramming indicator. Anagram of angrier. Rearing for bringing up. Can we put that in? I think we can. But I have a horrible feeling that at least one of these modifications is going to result in a word with the same number of letters. So we know that unexcited is one of those words that we can't put in. We had at least another one. Raja we put in, tweets, curfew, stow, drosses, sell, that's the other one. Because we need to put that in a much bigger space. River in Dublin's country flowing west. I mean, the river in Dublin is the Liffey. If it flows west, Liffey reversed. Is the Yeffil. Okay. Oh, no. So maybe river is R and we're going to put it in Dublin's country. So Dublin's country could be air, E-I-R-E, and put an R in that, you get that. Dublin's country flowing. Is the river the Nile? And Dublin's country flowing west is Ellin. Normally it's Erin, but is there an Ellin? Oh, the dog's barking. Not that I can see, but is there a river? Is there a river Nile? Is it just? Gonna come back to that one. I do feel like it is Nile, but I can't work out why. 32. Stand at a funeral having to speak smoother. Okay, so there's 9 spaces to put it in the grid. Stand at a funeral having to speak smoother. I think I might come back to this one because I'm currently thinking like lectern, dais, but I'm also trying to think what is the thing that a coffin is put on has a specific name. But to speak smoother, croon, don't know. Erin or air, yeah. Erie is a river though. There we go. Air, E-I-R-E, is a river. Erie is a river though. So I'm actually happy with that, thinking about it. The River Erie. So there we go. Why is outside of a hurricane feature like cottage cheese? They both have holes. This is an interesting clue. I mean, technically, they both have eyes. Cottage cheese, Swiss. Oh no, I'm thinking of Swiss cheese. That has eyes, and a hurricane has an eye. They're both lumpy. They're both. Why is outside of a hurricane? So hurricane outside of the hurricane. H-E. No. A hurricane feature. That's just I. As cottage cheese. I'm not spotting this. The Erie is probably quite a major river in the US, and it's certainly come up in some crosswords that I've dealt with because, of course, it flows into Lake Erie, which is a very big lake. So it's, I think it's fine for Erie. Why is outside of a hurricane feature like cottage cheese? I don't know. I'm going to move on. They do make it queasy, yes. Boring commercials for Greek spirits. Naiads? But you do ads. Ads is fine. It's advert that you don't do. It's advertisement or ads, but not adverts in the US. Why is boring Cause a Greek spirit is a naiad? Is that right? Can boring be naiad? Don't think it can. Don't think boring can be naiad. Boring, meh. Blah. Dull. Dry. Dry! There you go. There we are. We have adverts all the time, Sean. We have adverts all the time. Dryads. Those are your Greek spirits. If something's boring, it's a bit dry. Which means, of course, if you're not boring, you are wet. Just goes to show how the opposites work. Commercials are ads for Greek spirits. Okay, time for the down clues. Red gun went off, shooting, ricocheting, echoing, and so forth. That feels like it's the first letters, but there's nothing beginning with D in that. But is this an anagram of Red's gun? Red's gun went off, so anagram of Red gun, and then shooting, ricocheting, echoing, and so forth. They're all of the same. They're all the same type of word. Are they adverbs or something? They're all the same thing in language, and I forget what the term is. So it's an anagram of Red's gun. Gerunds. There we go. Gerunds. Those are all examples of gerunds, words that end ing, essentially. Present participle, I don't know. But anyway, good. Gerund is there. 2 down. Gals even translated Gospels. Gals even translated Gospels. Anagram of Gals even. It almost looks like the word. It's almost an anagram of Avengers, isn't it? But it isn't. Gals even something angel. No. Translated Gospels. Oh, Evangels. Evangels. There we go. So those are Gospels. That's something we can't put in yet. Maybe we put Eva in one cell. No. Oh, we're going to put EVA. Looks like it'll all go in the one. So Evan and then Gels in that bottom cell, maybe. Not quite sure what's going on, but we know we've got a funky clue going on there. Theocrat, uselessly hiding Nike's brother. I'm assuming this is a hidden. Is there a Kratos based on the word length of 6 letters? Was Kratos the brother of Nike? The goddess of victory, because it's a hidden. It's my favourite. It's a hidden. It even says hiding. That was the clue for me. So I'm gonna put it in, and then you could tell me no, you're stupid, take it out, or I mean Meredith says must be. The only other possibilities is Theocritus, like it could be Theocritus, but that would be rubbish if that was the case. God of Craters, that would be amazing. That would be quite a god. Libels, intrinsically embraced by jerk. Wanted to be something like slanders, because libel and slander are often confused. Libels intrinsically embraced by jerk. So jerk is probably going to be ass. So there's your S. We're going to have AS there and an S there, assuming that this isn't a funky clue. Asunders, accuses, AS blank blank RS blank S. Asperges, not Asperges, Asperges, I think I'm on the right lines, but I'm going to come back to it. Observed Hall's partner shouting Benjamins. So that's going to be Hall and Oates, I would imagine. So C, or C, if you're observed, you're seen. I've seen Oates. So C notes. I've seen notes. C notes. Benjamin, $100 bills. C notes is your definition there. Quite pleased with myself for actually getting that one quite quickly. C notes. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Okay. 6. Hate summer. I do when it's going to be as hot as it is next week. Abroad in the middle of a seasonal clock adjustment. So daylight savings. Is it daylight savings time? DST? DST? So we're going to put DST and we're going to put abroad in the middle of DST? Yes. Oh, summer abroad. What is summer in France? It's été in France. And put that in DST. You get detest, which is hate. That's nice. Magic, Stephen. Absolute magic. I have 3 elves, which I have trained. They are incredibly still, but they're actually to my right, and they get a little nod from me whenever I want a new clue, and then they just stand a bit taller. It's magic, really, but yeah. The boring answer is it's 2 different Excel spreadsheets. They're entirely different spreadsheets. That's the boring answer. I prefer magic. Detest. Report on homosexuals for look. Gays. I've made that joke a couple of times, and that is a funky one. Funky homosexuals. Okay, there's a raid phrase. Is that going to be Gazette? Because that would be gays, and then TTE could come in there. I feel like it's going to be Gazette, but I don't know why. Going to put that down there for now. It is disappointing, isn't it, Stephen? Let's go with the elves version. Shelter a Confederate general. Okay, happy with that. I know very little American history, but I know enough to know that there is a general called Lee, and a Lee is a shelter. Except that, yes, if you're in the lee of something, LEA is a pasture. That's what I was briefly getting confused with. But there you go, shelter a Confederate general. There you go. Oh, Sean, that's brilliant. Change opportunistic thief returned. Change opportunistic thief returned. So it's 10 down. It's got to go in there. If you change, you alter, you tweak, you adapt. A thief. A thief returned. So a stealer. Just what's a 3-letter word for a thief? A con, a nab, pinchy fingers. Oh, alchemist. Let's rewind. And what is the best thing about homosexuals in this clue? It's the fact that it's 7 down. What clue is this? It's 7 down. I mean, cause, yeah. Absolutely. Just gonna change opportunity. I'm gonna sulk now and go on to 16 down. Clumsily wrap apex in moisture-proof material. Well, I'm gonna say that that's an anagram of wrap apex, which is wax paper. That looks like that goes down there quite nicely. Good evening, Nora Sharp. How are you? I have seen you doing crosswords with Neville and Rex. I have enjoyed them. Hope you're doing well. I have to get you on here one time. I'll organise that. So, unless I've just confused you with someone else, who I also follow on Twitter. But I think I've got the right person. I'm so sorry if I've confused you. You should come on here anyway. 19... down. I'm thinking of Rachel. Never mind. 6 of most genuine Spanish coins. I'm so sorry. I have done a faux pas. Faux pas. 6 of most genuine Spanish coins. 19 down. I'm assuming it's reales, because most genuine is realist, but 6 of those letters are reals. And those do feel like Spanish coins. So, is it reals? Please tell me that I'm correct, because I'm hoping that I've got it correct. And this is where the whole flood of messages come in and say, no, no, nope. good. After reinvention, see actor up where the stars are. After reinvention, see actor up where the stars are. Is this an anagram of see actor? We've got an O, a P and an A in there in interesting places. Ah, an anagram of see actor up, because we need a P, I think. So let's have a look. See actor up. Where the stars are. The constellation, the heavens. No, I'm not spotting this one. Anyone in the chat? Nope. 21. Wolves beginning to prowl beside hens. Wolves beginning to prowl beside hens. Okay. So it's here. Wolves beginning to prowl is P. Beside hens. Chickens? We get wolves. Going to move on that one, not spotting it. 22. Demolished Barney's next door. Demolished Barney's next door. But not. Barney was terrifying, wasn't he? Wasn't he really? Anagram of Barney. So nearby. Yeah, there you go. Nearby. And a few of you getting that. And I didn't let you boast about it in the chat by telling me. Sorry, never mind. 23 down. Mr. Roboto Band finishing early, it gets messy. Mr. Roboto Band finishing early, it gets messy. Can I be told who had a hit with Mr. Roboto? Is it ELO or something like that? I don't know. Never heard of Mr. Roboto. It's got to be a short band name. And then we're going to take the last letter off of it. Devo. Okay. And then Arch says, Merlin gets a rim shot. Excellent. It's a song by Styx, so Sty. And it gets messy. Oh, a sty is messy. So, that's interesting. We can't put that in there. We definitely can't put that in there, can we? I mean, if we put Han in there, we get Shanty, which is a song, but that could be green, like a basement. Say mossy, damp. Where are we? 24. Celery. Oh, it's like a cellar. We've had. Oh, that's interesting. We've already had a homophone clue for cell. So we've sort of got another one in here as well, which is a bit of a shame. Out of those two clues, I would have kept this one, green like a basement, say, a celery. It's like a cell, but it is a green. I prefer that one to the other clue, so I would, as an editor, have said, okay, we need to just tweak the other clue because you've used the same thing twice. Next clue. Got nice pet, tired out. Got nice pet, tired out. 27. I mean, if you're... Oh, Anna. Tried? Why is that tried? Tired out. Anagram of tired. You get tried. But why is it got nice pet? I assume it's tried. Whilst that comes in, the next one I can do, battle line. That's a lovely clue for row. A battle is a row, and a line is a row. That is a lovely clue. I like that very much. Why is got nice pet tried? I feel like it must be, but okay, so let's now go back up to how many of these clues have we worked out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 of the 10. Form of medicine. Form of medicine delivery. Gel or something like that. Finally taking place imperfectly. Oh, it's not caplet. It's gel cap. Finally taking is G, anagram of place, gel cap. So I was very close with what I had when I started, but not quite along the right lines. Iranian missile, lacking cap. It's been chewed over many times. Cud. The cud has been chewed. Oh, so it's a Scud missile, and then we get cud. That is not a straight clue. That is a normal. Sorry, that's a funky clue. Probably going to be cudgel, I would imagine. We got gel there, so is it we just put gel there? Don't know, but anyway, it's a funky clue. 9 across. Show a bit of emotion with Mr. Vaughan. Okay. Evince. It's Vince Vaughan. A bit of emotion is E. And then it's got E and then Vince. And if you evince, you show. That is a new funky clue. I should I... Let's highlight these. And then I might even highlight them in their paired colours when we get there. So cell was 23. So I've done those on the board. Literature novelist David Allen Holder takes in a foreign film. Don't know. Any thoughts on 12 across? You've still got... No, okay, yeah. Arch was there well ahead of me and has earned the right to be smug for the next 7 seconds. Well done. And you can stop now. Takes in a foreign film. A foreign could be a. Is it going to be sort of like Fortune if that was the film could just be E.T. Or It. Okay, moving on to 25. Asian ruler's place in a tank he repurposed. That's here. There's only 4 spaces for it in the grid. I still want it to be something like a Khan. Asian ruler's place in tank he repurposed. Someone had this. Can I have a strong hint, please? I know that it's an Asian ruler's place. I think I saw that in the chat earlier. The definition is an Asian ruler's place. But the word play? It's a 7-letter word. So, where does he go when he's hungry? To a canteen. I thank you. I thank you. Khan is the Asian ruler. Okay. Is it Khanate? So a country that he would rule. I assume it has to be a he for a Khan, but it may not be. I don't know if you can get female Khans. But anyway, they would rule a Khanate, like a sultanate. So Khanate? Good. And that is obviously a funky clue as well. Because that is too long. Whoops. For its boots. Too big for its boots. Khanate at the canteen. Okay, good. 32. Stand at a funeral. Oh, is it a buyer or something like that? Having to speak smoother. Stand at a funeral. Having to speak smoother. blender. Is it a smoother is a blender? Don't think it is that, but I'm going to move on. Why is outside of a hurricane feature like cottage cheese? And we've got this. I have no idea what is going on. Y is outside of A. So if we put what we've now put Y outside of A, hurricane feature, YI, like cottage cheese. Is it way? Hang on. There, it is. It's that. It's way. Oh my goodness, this is a silly word. Absolutely, Arch. It is Meredith. It's way. It's the hurricane feature. It's the I. We're putting that in Y, and if it's a cottage cheese has way in it, it's way. That is possibly the most silly word I've ever put into any of the crosswords in the 2 or 3 years that I've been doing this. 2 and a bit years. Two and a bit years. Oh, I don't know. It's in Chambers. That is a silly word. I'm glad we all think it's silly, can I just say. It's 2 down is a funky clue, as is 7 down, as is 23 down. 23 down. It's looking like shanty, isn't it? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 2 more funky clues that we've yet to put in the grid. Indeed, yes, Caroline. No way. Such a perfect thing for him to say with that accent. They got that spot on. After reinvention, so 20 down. After reinvention, see actor up where the stars are. Something place. Something space. Something space. Outer space. Wouldn't it tell us if there were 2 words? I think that is outer space. Now let me just check to see if I've missed off an instruction. 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. No? I think it is outer space though. Do you also like outer space? I think the instructions just got missed off there. I think that's just a bit of a thing. Which would mean that is a funky clue as well, wouldn't it? So that's number 9. Outer space is 1 word. No. No. You're making me check though. It's 2 words, you muppet. Outer space is very much 2 words. It's 2 words in all the dictionaries that I've just checked, and I've just checked 4 dictionaries. So there we go. And honestly, I have just checked 4 dictionaries. Chambers, the Oxford Dictionary of English, the Shorter Oxford English Dictionary, and Collins. Because I've got a thing that can do that for me. Shenanigans! 20, what you got me though. You did get me. Wolves beginning to prowl. Is it peyotes or something like that? Or coyotes or something like that? 21 down. Any thoughts on 21 down? I know what 20 down is going to become. Just writing it down whilst I remember. Oh yeah, coyote doesn't fit. No, you're quite right. Coyote doesn't fit. Something Y-E-R-S then. Does it start with W or P? It's the classic. It's the classic. That means I'm going to kick myself when I get this. What are hens? They're chickens. They're birds. They are evolved dinosaurs. What are hens? They are females. Clue has many tiers. T-I-E-R-S. Oh, they're layers. Oh, and blooming is the classic. You're absolutely right. A hen is a layer. As Victoria Corin Mitchell will argue, and I'm on their side. I'm on her side, absolutely. So Wolves, we're talking about, I guess, I'm assuming there's some form of American football team called the Wolves, or maybe an ice hockey team called the Wolves. Let's say for the UK, it's Wolverhampton Wanderers, who are known as Wolves. Have I got that right? Wolverhampton Wanderers are probably known as just the Wanderers. Who are the Wolves? My goodness. I swear there's a Wolves. But anyway. What haven't I done? So there's changed. Oh, I haven't done this one. Change opportunistic thief returned. And libels intrinsically embraced by jerk, which I think is all good. What's the UK one? We definitely have a Wolves. We definitely have a Wolves. Is it? They've got a hexagonal logo, if I remember rightly. Oh, it is Wolverhampton. Oh, thank goodness! I thought I just made that up, because surely you'd call the Wolverhampton Wanderers the Wanderers. Oh no, it's from Wolverhampton. Oh my goodness. Oh, that didn't just happen. Moving on. Right. Okay. So what are the words that I've got? I have cud. Wow. Evince. Unexcited. Sell. Carnate. I'm sure they're hoping to draft in some younger players soon, though, Waterfall. Evangel's Gaze. Outer Space and Sty. So Cud looks like it's going to become Cudgel. I'm going to move this over here. So we've got those. Evince. I want that to become Evidence, but it's A-V-I-D-E, no A. Okay. Unexcited. Appears to be United. So that becomes Cudgel. United. Sex Cell for that. So Cell becomes Sex Cell. Carnate, probably just Kate. Just Kate. Evangels, where are you? Where was that? That was one of the downs. Evans, yeah, it's going to be Evans. Gaze, where was that? Outer Space becomes Outpace. Sty becomes Shanty. Where was Gaze? I still think that's Gazette. But what is that Evidence? I can't work out what it's going to be. You were wanting the clue for Unexcited. Cool. Nice Tux Ed Ruined. So it's an anagram of Nice Tux Ed, so I'm happy with that. Gel Cap. That is G and an anagram of Place, so I'm also happy with that. Right, yes. So the gel moves from Evangels to Cudgel. So that is this one and this one. The colouring is now about to get very weird. So that is the gel. Let's just move you one further over. So that is the gel. Where is it? What was I after? Gel. Okay. So Outer Space, that is ERS that we're removing. Ever Since. If we put that in this one, we get Ever Since. So that is the ERS. So let's put you in green. So ERS is there. Gel was there. Because I think we're going to need these. Is it always 3 letters as well? It looks like it's always 3 letters. We're going to need these trigrams, I think, in a minute. So Outer Space and what was the other one? Ever Since. Okay, you can be green. So this is EXC. The EXC comes out of unexcited and goes into cell to become sex cell. What have we got here? So Kate loses Anna, ANA. Gazette, which... oh, is that right? Sty gets Ant. Are we happy? Or is it A for Shanae? Carnate loses... Oh no, HAN. Hang on. Yeah, HAN, and then we put that in there. Yeah, okay, all good. Right, yes. So that's HAN goes out of there and out of there. So let's do you in red. So that is Shanti and Kate. So that is in red. And finally, we've just got this one, Gazette, which is getting, so that's Han, and it's going to be ETT. So is that going to say exchange letters? If we put it in this order, EXC, HANGEL, ETT, and then if I just move that to there, we get exchange letters. Just, in fact, actually, that goes there, doesn't it? Doop. Exchange letters. So and what do pen pals do? They exchange letters, which is a lovely little thing there. So that's good. So reading is difficult. It really is. So we know that one clue needs to lose ETT from the wordplay before we put it in. But aside from that, everything is normal now. So we've got exchange letters, which I'll put over here. So what have we got here? Let's have a look at 32 across. Stand at a funeral having to speak smoother. Any thoughts on that one? I think, ooh, that's a good point. Exchange does imply you get something back. But if you do but at a foreign no, I was going to say a foreign exchange, of course, you give them one form of currency and you get another back. Yeah. To give and take mutually, to give up or give up in return for something else. The giving and taking of one thing or another. Oh, yeah, is an exchange. Oh. So we had gaze become gazette. So we need. So is it to speak Smith? So is it better? Better because that B is part of it. Paul bearer, something bearer. It's okay, Warble J. You're in good company of nitpickers, so it's absolutely fine. Can I have hints on this 32 across, please? The answer has to be 12 letters, yeah. Of which we're going to get ETT as 3 of them. And then they're just not going to pop into the final answer. So in fact, we know, well, given that I've been told that it's here, I'm going to highlight it. Something bearer. It's not a bearer though, is it? Because that would be EARER. More smooth like John Sith. I don't know who John Sith is. Raspier. I don't know who Botherer. Botherer? Why would it? No, it's not Botherer. Betrother. More hints, please. Stand at a funeral. I don't know what they should do. So butter. Okay, I've been told the answer. Butterier. But what? So, if what would the 12-letter answer be? Because we've got to put ETT in here. So how does this clue work? I'm not sure that it does come from here, you know, but it's not exchanging anything. Because Gazette took ETT, so it has to be taken from somewhere else. Not better butter nor a sharp beer utter. So utter. So a beer, that is the standard funeral, and it is having, i.e., we're putting in the middle, utter. Okay, there we go. That isn't our funky clue. That is a normal clue. That's a normal clue. So 10. So we've got 12 across, which I don't. Oh, is it literature? So is it Coetzee? Coetzee? Is it that for that? Because J.M. Coetzee is a literature novelist. I don't know what David Allen Holder is doing. Is that Coetzee? David Allen Coe. Did not know that. Okay. So that is going to hold. ETZE? Is that a foreign film? Well, I'm going to put Coetzee in because Co is there, and then that feels right. So what have we got? We've got, I think that's all the acrosses now done. So it's 10 down and 4 down. One of which will have ETT in it that we then take out. So we've got this for change. Opportunistic thief returned. So as a looter, that becomes retool. Okay. So therefore, libel's intrinsically embraced by jerk. So there's your ass. Holder is a T. And that's got Z, which is a foreign film. Thank you. So it's Co and a T with a Z. Thank you very much. So if you libel, you... I want it to be a slander, but it's not. Asperses. I feel like it is asperses. That's a word, isn't it? Is that a word? Yeah. Oh, to asperse is to slander. So per se is in ass. Per se, if something is intrinsically something, it is per se. We've missed whichever clue it is. That is the other half of this one that we take ETT out of. I don't think it's Butterier. We have missed it somehow, but I don't mind that. 27 is wrong and is your weird clue. Okay. 27 down. Okay. Got nice, pet, tired out. So if we take off, whoops, we take, so it's an anagram of pet tired. Prettied, P-R-E-T-T-I-E-D. So if you got nice, you prettied. That is an anagram of pen tired. And you can take the the ETT out of that, and then that is our final funky clue, and that, everybody, is Pen Pals. That's very nice. Also known as exchange letters because of the 5 trigrams that we exchanged. Even if Wobblejay has ruined the crossword for everyone. Way A to go. It's a silly word, isn't it? That is a very silly word. Good evening, Saruta. I quite enjoyed that. That was a lovely little puzzle.